What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Before we get to Brandon's interview, he actually has two deck lists because this is 2 weeks worth of footage or interviews. So this is the deck he played week 1 in Texas States, and as you see, it is a Seismitoad Aromatisse deck with Malamar and Darkrai for free retreat and Manectric EX. And I asked about what was his favorite attacker and stuff, and what will he change. If you notice, he just played the 1 AZ and then 1 Xerosic, and I asked him which one does he like more. Obviously, AZ is to pick up one of your Pokemon, put in your hand, but you have to discard all the cards attached to it, and then Xerosic discard a tool or a tool off any Pokemon or a special energy off any Pokemon in play. Besides that, the deck seems pretty much straightforward in the Aromatisse Toad deck that we've been seeing a lot of. But hopefully you enjoyed the interview, and thanks for watching. Okay, this is the deck for week 2 that Brandon used in Mississippi States. As you see, it is a Donphan Raichu deck. Now, we see Donphan a lot, but we haven't seen much of Raichu pair with Donphan in a little while. And of course, Raichu has Circle Circuit, which does 20 damage times the amount of bench Pokemon in play. So if you have 5, it does 100, which one-shots Evital's that way. Or you can do like 4 and a Muscle Band, something like that. He does play a Kyurem and Suicune for tech cards. Ask him about that. Ask him about the 1 Repeat Ball and everything. And ask him about the 2 Silent Labs too, if I remember correctly. But hopefully you enjoyed the interview, and thanks for watching. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today we're doing another States question answer video with
Brandon Cantu.
And where are you from?
I am from San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, so in this interview we're actually doing 2 weeks. So we'll talk about your week 1 first. Where was that at?
It was in Dallas, Texas, Texas States.
Okay, so how'd you end up doing a Swiss?
Day 1 I finished 6 wins, 0 losses, 3 ties, and day 2 I finished 2 wins, 0 losses, 3 ties. So overall 806.
Woo! Alright, that's a lot of games. Do you just want to give like a brief recap of what you played against and if you won or lost?
That's a lot of games. I'll see if I can remember.
Okay.
I remember game 1 I played against Darkrai Vettel with Garbodor, and they played Keldeo as well in Pokemon Star Lady.
Mm-hmm.
That was just kind of rough after he managed to get his Pokemon Star Ladies out at the right time. Also his Keldeo, I managed to like strand up active for a few turns, and he just stayed asleep like 5 turns in a row with sleep flips, and it just not got well for him after that.
Yeah.
So I just kind of steamrolled him after his Keldeo got taken out, and that's how that game went. Round 2, I played against Exeggutor, and that was not fun. Game 1, he basically set up his lock, and I could never get any energies down, and I just steamrolled pretty much, and I just scooped after I knew I was no way coming back. Game 2, I managed to just get an Aromatisse set up and just sit there for about 10 turns until I was able to get like 5 energies in my hand. And then one after another, just keep attaching him. Hopefully, just it stayed in place. Like he couldn't discard them after a point, and that managed to work. And I just took that game. And then we didn't finish the game 3 because it was time reasons, and then we just tied that.
Okay.
Game 3, I think I played against Landorus Medicham, and that was kind of interesting. The Medicham hit really hard. I was getting actually one-shotted pretty easily, and that was kind of rough. But we actually managed to tie. I won game 1, he won game 2, and we just ended up tying. We didn't have enough time for game 3.
Okay.
Game 4, I played against Virizion Genesect, and that was also really rough with that deck. Because your main attacker is basically playing Seismitoad against Virizion Genesect. I played Manectric, and I just tried to overrun and spread 20-20 to Virizions and Genesects.
Mm-hmm.
And to get them down to 140 where I could either Assault Laser and also play Vettel or Evil Ball them to manage to have 2 things. So if you ever wanted G-Booster me, I'd have enough energy to come back and just knock whatever out.
Okay.
And that's how I took that game, and I won that. Game 5, I think I played against Darkrai Vettel Garbodor.
Mm-hmm.
And he managed to get his Garbodor out, but at some point in the game I managed to Xerosec it and just Lysander it, and then just Quaking Punch it, and then Laser Loop it. Coming back into my turn, it would die from poison, and then I just took 6 straight prizes. Both games, I think I did the same thing.
Oh, okay.
The next round, not quite sure. Remember what I played against? It might have been another Darkrai Garbodor, honestly.
Yeah.
I remember playing quite a few in Swiss. And round 8, I think I played against Night March.
Mm-hmm.
And Leafeon, he's already a pretty decent matchup with Trump Card and Seismitoad, and you just get the Max Potion.
Yeah.
But He also didn't get supporter, I think, his opening hands both games, so I just benched him and just took him out with a bunch.
Yeah, it's fairly easy.
Yeah, and then round 9, I just ID'd. And so that was 603 day 1. Then day 2, I played against round 1 Seismitoad Slurpuff, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a pretty good matchup. I just kept on sleep with Malamar. I could use my items and lasers and max potions. They couldn't. They just missed turns of Quaking Punch. I just won. Round 11, I played against John Kettler. I remember he was playing Groudon, and he got a ridiculous turn one. I remember game one against me. He got like a Halucha with a Muscle Band Strong Energy and a Silent Lab, and I started Manectric. So he one-shotted that. And it was like a little shocking, but it actually I think helped me a little because he managed to get like an energy attachment behind because I was able to attack with Seismitoad after that, and he wasn't powering up his Groudon. So I think that actually helped me a little. And he didn't necessarily sleep once with Malamar, I'm pretty sure, but I mean I still managed to overcome that somehow. I think I just like took out he like benched Lucario, and I managed to like capitalize on that, like just attacking the Quaking Punch, and I had enough things where once he like brought up his Groudon, I could just one shot with Yveltal, and then he didn't really have much else after that.
Okay.
And the rest of the day, I just ID'd. Just 3 IDs after that, because then I was being cut.
That's fairly easy.
I think I was first seed after that.
Okay. So now you're in top 8. What are you playing against?
I played against Brad Curcio playing Groudon with Masquerade.
Uh-huh.
And that's a pretty interesting match. If you actually watched the video, it was streamed. And I think game 1, I take it pretty convincingly. I just draw what I need. I draw really well, and I just like take out his Groudons. And game 2, I don't hit what I need exactly. He just team rolls me. Game 3 is really close. Well, not really close, but he's actually coming back. He's like going to take the game probably. But I actually just like at the end of the game, like if I don't do something, I'm going to lose. So I just put all these energies, like 5 energies on Malamar, Maximar. And I need to hit 4 out of 5 heads because I Quaking Punched the Groudon once. It was down to 210. So I still need to hit 4 out of 5 heads. And I managed to do it, actually, on stream. Like, it was like, what? But he also had to wake up, too. And like he could have still stayed asleep with Malamar because he didn't play Switch or anything. The only thing he played was Scramble Switch.
Yeah.
But like he did a sleep check after that, and he did get Tails. So like, oh, well, I still had another chance like to hit him after that, but still. And then top 4, I played against John Kettler again. Same thing. He didn't draw so well. One of the games I knew that. Final game he just dead drew, and I just took that. And another game, he drew pretty well. I didn't hit my sleep flips that well, and he just steamrolled me. And one of the other games, I got enough energy on board to where it didn't matter if he like drew well. I just could like max Malamar. I got like full energy on max Malamar and like hit 3 out of 7 heads or something like that and knocked it out. So I just knocked out his Groudon, and he just has trouble. Groudons have trouble like once you take out the Groudon after recovering after that.
Yeah, that's true.
And finals, I played against Max Aromatisse. He was playing Darkrai Yveltal Keldeo with no Garbodor. And it's not that good of anything with a Keldeo or Risen is actually not that good of a matchup. Like, it just like ruins your strategy. And unless you can like Lysander your Keldeo or like just keep it active with Laser or like just keep it asleep, you're probably not going to have a fun time. And he just managed to like set up Yveltals with like just one-shotting everything I'd put up. And so I just got steamrolled. I also didn't draw that well either, but still, I just got steamrolled.
Yeah. I mean, but second place is still pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty decent, I guess.
Alright. So, in your list, you played 1 AZ and 1 Zerosic. Which one did you like more?
If I had to choose between the two, I would say Zerosic. It's more useful. Like, Garbodor is pretty big, and people did get their Garbodors out. They Trubbish with Floatstone, and it's pretty good against getting rid of DCs on Seismitoads. And Floatstones on Keldeos, which happens sometimes.
Now, who was your favorite attack overall in the deck?
Attack? Definitely Maximar.
Maximar. Did you use it a lot besides the Groudon games?
No, I only used it in Groudon, I think. It's the only time I really needed it to.
Okay. Now, with your list, would you change anything in there, or would you keep it the same?
I actually did want to drop the Manectric after, like, pretty quickly after starting the tournament. I really only used it against Risen Genesect, and I used it against Max Armitage in the finals. He playing Darkrai Battle, but I would still drop it. Like, I'd probably play a Mewtwo because, like, to knock out any Battle, you still need Muscle Band and a Laser to one-shot it. And with Mewtwo, you can still side drive for like 140 with that and Laser and still not one-shot a E-Battle. So I'd probably play a second E-Battle or a Mewtwo, or even a Genesect to take out Kyogres or Groudons. But I would definitely drop them in Electric.
Okay, alright, sweet. Alright, so you did play 2 weekends, and we're talking about the second one now. So where was that one at?
The second one was in Pearl, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played Donphan Raichu.
Okay. Now, why did you decide to put Donphan Raichu for this game after playing the Aromatisse?
I felt like Toad had a big target on his head. Like, everyone was just going to start teching for it. And actually, the first seed in Swiss, Brad Curcio, was playing Risen Genesect, so I mean, if I played Seismitoad, I might have not done so well.
Yeah, that's very true.
I also played Risen Genesect also in the tournament.
Okay, so speaking of Swiss, how'd you end up doing what you play against and stuff?
Round 1, I played against Big Basics with Seismitoad, and game 1, he just like Lysanders like 3 turns in a row, and he managed to take out all my Donphans, and I just get taken out after that. And game 2, I just managed to spinning turn, he doesn't hit his Lysanders immediately, and I just win that, and then we didn't have time for a finish at game 3, so I tied that.
Okay.
And game 2, I played against Seismitoad Slurpuff, and that was really rough. I only played 10 energies in the deck, right? So and he plays Enhanced Hammers and Crushing Hammers and Flare Grunts and 0-6 and everything. So I think by the end of like both games, I was down to like either 1 energy or 2 energies in my entire like deck or hand or anything on board. So I just had to like manage my energies really well, like attach only 1 at a time, make sure it can't get like taking advantage of just like Enhanced Hammer end or something like that, or just they're all gone. Yeah, so I just make sure I can attack every turn. So I managed to do that. I managed to win that really closely, just barely having enough energy to win. Game 3, I play against Seismitoad, Dragalge, Dusknoir.
Okay.
That was really rough. Game 1, by turn 2, he has a Dragalge, a Seismitoad, 2 like Seismitoads with muscle bands, like quaking punching me. Turn 3, he has a Dusknoir, 2 Dragalges, and 2 like Seismitoads with muscle bands like attacking me. So he has this perfect setup by turn 3. And like I can't do anything, like I just got taken out. Game 2, I managed to like learn the deck a little more. Like I didn't play it as well as I could have game 1 because like Dragalge like kind of messes up. You can't retreat, you know. So I like accidentally benched like a Hawlucha, and I couldn't like retreat it one time. And he just really took advantage of that. And game 2, I just managed to like bench only like Pikachus and like Raichus and Robo Subs, and I would evolve into them, get up like the Dragalge lock. And that worked pretty well. And he didn't play Crushing Hammer. He played Enhanced Hammer though. And that like, so I was since he couldn't discard too many of my energies, I was able to wreck and eventually take the second game of that series. And third game, we didn't have enough time to finish for it, but I probably would have won if given an extra turn or 2.
Okay. So
I ended up in a tie. Round 4, I played against William Herman, playing basically my Seismitoad Malamar Aromatisse list from Texas State, so it's like only 1 or 2 cards off.
Okay.
And so like I basically know the whole deck, and I just managed to get some Rex off and like Silent Labs, and just kind of just wreck and like take all his energy off. He couldn't really keep up. He played a Vettel, so he couldn't like really return like with a Mewtwo or like to knock out my like take out my wrecked Donphans. He'd have to hit like a Verbank Laser Muscle Band on his side, which is a lot to ask for sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you ever packed with a Vettel Raichu, just take it out. So I took that. And that was round 5, right?
Yeah.
Round 6, I played against Risen Genesect. And game 1, he starts with Genesect, and I was like, he goes first. He attaches Grass Energy in the Coalition Machine, and then that's all. He doesn't, like, I was expecting to charge up Risen, but he doesn't. And then I go, second turn, he attaches, and then Muscle Band, and then, like, Lysanders takes out my, like, Vampy or Donphan or something like that, and, like, after that, just Rex Symbols and just like I lose. He takes out everything. Game 2, I go first, and I start spinning, turning, and Hawluching, and get Silent Labbed out, and I just kind of go through him. Game 3, he dead draws pretty hard, honestly. He like whiffs. He didn't like get an energy attachment like turn 1, or like he like whiffs several turns later mid game 2. So it just didn't go his way. So So I managed to win that. So I finished in Swiss 402. I think I was second seed.
Okay. So which play against top 8?
Top 8, I played against a 58 card mirror from Max Armitage's deck at Texas State's. He changed 2 cards. The 2 cards I think were he dropped the 2 Headringers for an Enhanced Hammer and a Crushing Hammer. But I mean, just Donphan and Raichu, they like just overwhelm that deck. Like their fighting weakness and lightning weakness both get taken care of. I mean, they have Seismitoad, but still, like they only have like 3, and like they have to draw into them. It's not the same. I mean, it's pretty easy for like you just have to Lysander. And you get knockouts eventually.
So you get your revenge.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I played Max in top 4 actually.
Oh, okay, Max top 4. Okay, yeah, sorry.
I played Max Armitage in top 4. And, yeah, actually, I won game 1, I think, and he wins game 2. Actually, no, sorry, he wins game 1. He came pretty close, and like he eventually just charges up like a Darkrai and Night Spears, like my Donphan, it's like, and my other like Halucha, and does 90-30 and like takes them both out and takes 2 prizes. Managed to win game 1 like that. Game 2, I draw pretty well. He doesn't draw so hot. I win that game. And game 3, he like just draws completely awful. He like starts Jirachi, and like starts like and benches Darkrai, attaches an energy to that, and just like passes a few turns. And like I clearly won that game pretty handily. So unfortunate for him. And then the finals, I played against Isaiah Williams. I played him last year at Mississippi. He's pretty cool. Yeah. He's playing Flareon, and whoever goes first in that matchup, I feel has a huge advantage. Like game 1, he managed to go first, and I just get like the turn 1 Vampy knockout, and he does manage to get like a turn 1 Archies, but like Raichu takes out Empoleon pretty well, and that's it. I think since I play Raichu, like I can trade with it a lot better because DCs just knock out whatever they're putting out. Honestly,
yeah, that's true.
Game 2, he goes first. He also gets his turn 1 Archies that game, and he just like eventually just Lysanders enough things and just takes them out and wins. Mm-hmm. Game 3, I go first, and I like just start like get a turn 2 like spinning turn like knockout and just like Lysander, and he also doesn't draw that well. I get a turn 1 Silent Lab, or else he actually would have gotten the turn 1 Archies. He told me I didn't put it down. But
so
Silent
nasty.
Lab, yeah, Silent Lab really messes up that deck quite a bit. Like you can't use their Executes, their Audinos, pretty much anything. Their Eevees, it's a tough one in that deck. Their Jirachi, and he actually tries to get a Jirachi one time mistakenly because he forgets Silent Lab is out, and that really messes him up. So after that, like he just completely dead drew, and I just won that.
So congratulations, sir! You got a first and a second. That's very nice.
Thank you.
All right, so with your Donphan list, would you make any changes to it, or do you think everything's like good as it is?
I kind of wanted to put in like some water energy so I could tackle Speaking possibly. I felt like if Landorus Bats was going to be bigger, I would. But I felt like it wasn't going to be very big day 2 because people were still scared of Seismitoad and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I just took it out and stuff. But if I was going to do that, I'd drop like a Fighting for a water energy. That's about it, maybe.
That's the only change you'd probably make was add a water energy if you knew that Landy Bats was going to be big.
Yeah, but like it ended up like after heavier Seismitoad, like another Fighting energy is better.
Mm-hmm. That's true. It's hard to say. Was the Kieran very useful or not really?
The Kieran was very useful, like especially against Seismitoad and stuff. Like a lot of time, like even against the Vettel, like baby Vettels, I would spinning turn for like say 60 against a baby Vettel, and I'd spinning turn into my Kieran, and then they have to like, Oblivion Wing it up to 50, and I can just attach a DC, and they'll do 70, and they'll take out their baby Vettel for 130. Those are usually pretty hard to take care of.
Yeah, that's true.
And this Outrage is pretty good against Seismitoad because the damage they're trading well with you.
Now, was the one repeat ball, what was that mainly used for? Just because whatever, or did you have like a set reason for it?
It's really good for getting anything, honestly. Like Pikachu's, like mini Pikachu, like Ultra Ball for a Pikachu, like repeat ball for another one, or like you start with a Pikachu, just get another Pikachu, or you could Karina for a Phanpy and then get another Phanpy, or like it's really good in that deck. It just search out anything you want.
Now, did you ever want like a 2-2 split instead of 3-1?
I thought about it, but I would never go below 3 Ultra Balls. I'd run a second repeat ball, but never below 3 Ultra Balls.
Okay. Now, how many championship points that put you at?
Total right now, I think I have 584. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And, are you gonna go to any more states?
I'm planning on going to Louisiana States next weekend. Yeah.
Now, are you gonna switch decks up once again, or are you gonna stick with one of these two?
I'm not sure. I honestly I didn't know I was gonna play until like the day before the day of the tournament.
So, but is there any like new decks that are piquing your interest that you've seen, or not really?
I kind of like Night March. Guard of War Fairy seems pretty good. I think that took first seed at Arkansas or something like that. So it kind of piques my interest a little.
Yeah.
Executor did well, so I like want to play something that can do well against Executor. Honestly, I'm kind of scared of that deck. Like, I played it at Texas. It's not fun.
Okay, what decks do you think can beat Executor?
I think Flare and Night March do pretty well against it because they play so many item draw cards. Virizion Genesect, I think does pretty well against it just because if you get 2 energy in your Virizion, you just put so much energy out there they can't get rid of all of them and you just win.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's the same thing with like Xerneas, Baby Xerneas. If you Geomancy a few times, you just win also because they can't handle that many energies getting accelerated.
That's true. Alright. Well, do you want to give any shout outs to anybody or anything?
Just I guess Max Armitage, Brad Curcio, and William Hearn for like playtesting for me and just like deck advice and stuff like that.
Yeah. Alrighty, man. Well, thank you so much for doing this, and good luck on your other tournaments.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Bye.